In today's video, let's talk about the 10 common mistakes that young leaders make and how you can do something about it. I first became a boss when I was 24 years old, and while it felt good personally, I have to say, I screwed it up. At that time, I failed to motivate my team and I failed to mentor them, and so many of them left soon after. Looking back 8 years later, I want to share with you what I've learned from those experiences. Mistake number 1 is thinking that you can lead alone. Leadership is one of the toughest things that we will ever learn in life. It's not easy, and it's even harder if we try to do this alone. Leadership wasn't about pointing to a distant goal and asking people to go there. What I've learned is that leadership is mapping out a direction and leading with your people. Mistake number 2 is applying your personal standards to your team. It's easy to think that as young leaders, what got us here must work, and so we want our team to do the same thing for themselves. But it's not as clear-cut as that. People have different strengths and they have different skills. Our job is to not just replicate ourselves, but also to bring them to a better version of themselves. Basically, we want to make a 2.0 version of them, not a 2.1 or 2.2 version of ourselves. Mistake number 3 is not collaborating with the people that we lead. One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received in my career is that you're only as good as your team. Each person who reports to you has a unique talent, a specific set of skills that they bring to the table, and by tapping into all of the collective genius of the people around you, you end up creating much better work and much better output than if you try to do it yourself. Dictator-style leadership just doesn't work anymore, and so you've got to pull in your people, pull in your team to work together towards a goal. If you like what you're hearing so far, hit like and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to also stick around until the end of the video. Quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Worky. Worky.ph is a data-driven career matching platform that uses AI for a more accurate fit for the job seeker, the job, and the company that you're applying for. If you're a young Filipino job seeker looking to learn from companies with young leaders, check out the link to Worky in the video description. Mistake number 4 is not giving your people the space to learn. While we want our team members to produce great work all the time, it's quite inevitable that mistakes will happen along the way. Don't immediately crucify or discipline them right after. I think that could be a potentially great learning or mentoring experience for both of you. People make mistakes, and our job as young leaders is to help our team members rise above it and become better versions of themselves. I want to hear from you. Have you ever screwed up so bad at work that you thought you were pretty much dead, but then your boss used that as a learning or mentoring moment for you guys? Let me know. Drop a comment. Mistake number 5 is being disconnected from their personal lives. Don't pry or dive deep into your team members' personal lives, but I think it's a very nice and caring gesture if a young leader knows things like birthdays, pets, hobbies, and other important things for your team member. This can help you improve morale at an individual level. And this can also help you understand what motivates your team members or your employees better. For today's question of the day, what advice would you give a younger and first jobber version of you? Let the community know and drop a comment. Mistake number 6 is taking things too personally. It's easy to take things personally, especially if it comes from our team members on our leadership style, our decision making, and our work. But as I've learned through time, most of our team members just really want us to improve as leaders. So just roll with the punches and give them the benefit of the doubt. The nasty ones will always out themselves eventually, and they will either leave or be let go. Mistake number 7 is asking for advice way too late. As a young leader or a newly promoted boss, there's a certain pressure to prove that you have what it takes. It becomes a problem when we lead with our egos. Our own bosses and our own mentors were once young leaders too, so I think it would be a great time to ask for advice from them and learn from their experiences. I'm also sure that they would appreciate getting asked for help. Do you have a mentor that you run to for advice? Let me know and share your experience in the comments. Mistake number 8 is avoiding difficult confrontations. It can be tough to discipline team members, especially if the age gap between you and them is tiny. It's even harder when you have to confront an older team member. Of course, some of this discomfort is cultural for us. However, leadership demands that we get these difficult confrontations done and over with as soon as possible. This prevents ill feelings from simmering. The tactic of praise in public, criticize in private It works. And that's one way that you can make these difficult conversations a little bit easier for yourself as a young leader and also your teammates. Mistake number 9 is setting bad work-life examples. As young leaders, we always want to prove our worth, but we have to be careful because our younger teammates take their cues from our behavior and the examples that we set. Habits like constantly rendering overtime, skipping meals, and sacrificing our personal lives, well, these things might have helped us get ahead a little bit in our careers, but they could be unhealthy and bad examples to set for our younger teammates. As young leaders, we have the responsibility to show that life is not just about the daily grind of work. It's more than the non-stop work. We also have to make sure that we have set aside time for ourselves. Mistake number 10 is trying to please everyone. In a perfect world, each and every one of our team members will be happy with our leadership style and the decisions that we make for the team. But guess what? It's not a perfect world. We need to be ready and we need to expect that not every team member that we have will be happy with our decisions. And that's okay. Disagreements are fine, but we have to remember that we have to bring the team together to agree on that decision and work towards it. If you found this video informative, please hit like and consider subscribing. If you're looking for a company where your leadership skills can shine, make sure to check out the link in the description below and check out Worky. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jason and I hope that you become a better leader today.